The value of natural capital and human capital are significantly different. Paper is natural capital, people are human capital. Stakeholders spend a considerable amount of money on complementary services. The services complement goods provided to the public. An example of a complementary good is a coupon. The distributors also use paper to provide advertising, notifications, and traditional news. News outlets generate millions in revenue annually from subscribers. Advertisement is an additional source of income. Print news, digital media, and advertisement are economies of scale. Services are economical and based on consumer demands and operating costs. Stakeholders pay fixed and variable costs. The bill for ink and paper used to produce newspapers are variable costs. Costs are essential for production. Costs can fluctuate, making the amount spent by stakeholders contingent to change. A lease is a fixed cost. Another fixed cost is a salary. Stakeholders pay expenditures to maintain daily operations. Wages, employee benefits, and production resources are operating expenditures. Stakeholders also spend money for taxes. Other costs are capital and asset management. An example of asset management is maintenance. Technicians can conduct preventive, reactive, preventive, and emergency maintenance. Maintenance is a service provided by technicians to maintain equipment. For example, scheduled preventive maintenance is necessary to repair, upgrade, or maintain newspaper printing equipment. The various costs factor into the amount spent for preventive maintenance. The return on sales factor into the amount of money stakeholders can spend. The profit margin is an indicator of a return. Value increases when monetary returns are more than the amount spent on business activities. Costs are relative in the media industry. Entities pay different amounts for similar needs. Stakeholders must dedicate a percentage of funds to purchase newspaper print paper. The cost to purchase paper can account for more than 50% of an expense budget. Public broadcast stations provide information about profitability in an article titled Profits and the Press. PBS provided the following statement, quote, "In the last decade, the average profit margin of newspaper companies has grown from 13.5% in 1991 to 21.5% last year. In Knight Rider, which is clearly trying to improve its margin and impress Wall Street, the average at Knight Rider in 1995 was 12.5%. Last year, it was 20.8%. End of quote. Continuous profit margin increase indicates the stakeholders' ability to gross and manage costs. Outlets increase in value when sellers provide a large quantity of goods to consumers. Another benefit is the opportunity to negotiate. Stakeholders can negotiate to purchase newsprint paper, ink, and other resources at a reduced rate. Reduced cost and increased revenue factors into the economies of scale. The amount spent to produce one newspaper reduces when sales increases and cost decreases. Diversity is essential to maintain and attract customers. Advertisement benefits media outlets and companies and is a topic of discussion during negotiations. Vendors and media stakeholders also interact to agree on the cost of goods and services. For example, companies can pay less than the average cost to advertise a newspaper. A business representative can agree to pay a reduced cost for a fixed amount of prints and advertising in a specified time period. Media stakeholders can receive a significant amount of money from advertisers. Product placement and business operations factor into the entity's success. Business operation is arguably equivocal to budgeting. Stakeholders attract and retain customers by appealing to a specific group. An article provided by the Pew Research Center includes an explanation of buyer power. Quote, "Newspapers are a critical part of the American news landscape, but they've been hit hard as more and more Americans consume news digitally. The industry's financial fortune and subscriber base have been in a decline since the mid-2000s, and their website audience traffic has begun to decline as well." End of quote. Media providers conduct strategic planning to remain profitable and relative. Bain explained seller power in a 2025 article titled Unveiling the Dynamics of News Circulation and Subscription Prices in the Digital Era. Quote, "One of the most significant disruptions caused by digitalization is the shift in traditional revenue models. Historically, newspaper business models relied on three primary revenue streams: advertising, subscription, and pay-per-use. Advertising once dominated as the main source of income. However, the digital transition has reshaped the balance, fundamentally altering the dynamics between these revenue sources. As Anderson noted, the rise of internet advertising and two-sided platforms has compelled newspapers to rethink pricing, strategies, and revenue sustainability. This aligns with Porter, who underscores the importance of reevaluating market strategies to maintain competitiveness in response to external changes. End of quote. Some companies choose cost-saving methods to maintain profit margin. Media outlets can reduce production within a week from 7 days to 4 days. Another option is reducing the content. Whereas a product only includes specific sections. Stakeholders also choose to reduce human capital. Journalists, editors, and employees of a media outlet will lose their jobs when the stakeholder chooses profit over people. Date provided alternatives to employee reductions in an article provided by NPR titled Forced Survival Strategies for Struggling Newspapers. According to Date, media outlets could ride the boom, diversify digital ads, get creative, and end newspaper culture wars. Consider members of the media market and their ability to remain relevant. National Geographic is a profitable and respected global brand, and contributors base their articles on verifiable and science-based evidence. The media provider gains revenue yearly while providing a platform for citizens concerned for life. The National Geographic brand is more than 130 years old and continues to emerge technology, entertainment, and design. Anyone can view the organization's code of ethics online.